What up, family? My content keeps getting better and better every day. I love that. I love that. More good stuff's going to be coming out to you. I hope you're blessed. I hope you receive this good energy. Like Ralph Smart says, take that, take that, take that. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Yeah, shout out to Ralph Smart. Dude's awesome. Love him. Wonderful dude. All right. So let's get into it. The question for today's video is, are you a useful idiot? Right. So we're continuing this video series of become a transformational character. Well, that's could be true, but it's actually become a transitional character. Right. So just to remind you, transitional character, this means you're a person who's going to stop cycles of trauma. You're going to you're going to stop repeating patterns that you don't want to continue. Like it might be alcoholism ran in your family till it ran into you, or something else. For me personally, my passion is to empower parents to become a PhD parent. And what that really means is like you're going to create this atmosphere and environment of protection and empowerment around your kids. You're going to teach them how to raise themselves. You're going to teach them how to process their emotions. And these are very important skills kids need in today's landscape. Like it's difficult for them to navigate. Middle school kids are, 20 years ago, like what kids are going through today, you didn't go through in middle school. Okay. I'm going to let you know that it's a different experience, but let me stay focused. Are you a useful idiot? Right. So a useful idiot is someone who's just above a background character. So a background character is someone who's just really locked in. You're kind of hating life. They're just like going for goals other people gave them. They never really decided like, what are my true goals? They just stuck to the ones society says. Look, I'm one of these people, okay? I studied engineering. That's what I wanted to study because I knew that number one, it was going to pay good. And I'm super thankful that I became an engineer, actually. And if you're an engineer, you're awesome. You understand the world at a level of clarity, right? Like it's a higher resolution than mere humans and average folks. So shout out to the engineers. Love you guys. But yeah, even engineers can be background characters. Okay. So I personally am speaking from experience, because patterns can be playing out in your life that, it's just the result of your conditioning. And your parents, I promise, did the best they could for you, given the level they were at. Okay. And so as we move more fully into this chapter of new growth, of solid foundations for mental health for kids, we're gonna step in, we're gonna bridge the gap for these kiddos, and we got to. That's the plan. So useful idiots are people who, and you may have met somebody like this, but I feel like there's some useful idiots right now, that want to intentionally misinterpret your words. Like they want to become argumentative. So you can you can just make a statement, right? Statement is, I love pineapple. Somebody's going to be like, what do you got against the ordinary fruits, man? What do you got against apple and banana? And, you know, all fruits deserve to be loved, man. And I'm over here saying, look, I didn't say I hate apples and I didn't say I hate bananas. As a matter of fact, I eat an apple a day, if not more. As a matter of fact, I eat a banana a day, if not more. Shout out to Ralph Smart, 7-day vegan challenge. Okay, I'm not vegan, but I do eat mostly fruits and vegetables, like whole fruits and vegetables. That's my primary source of nutrition, right? Besides breath, besides relationships, besides my spiritual practice, right? So eat to live. I don't live to eat. And useful idiots are people that they're serving an agenda, and they're fools in they're like fools who think they're wise, right? And so their ignorance begets confidence. And studies have shown this, right? Like highly intelligent people are typically humble and underconfident because they know what it actually takes to create change in the real world, right? And then we have other people who can, they might be taking multiple medications for their mental health, and they're in all these ways and all these things. And then you ask them to do an evaluation on themselves, and it's like 10, 10, 10, integrity, all the things, 10s. I'm all 10s. It's like, well, you don't have any room for improvement. You don't have anything to work on. You're just perfect. You're a 10, and you need a man that's a 10, and you deserve a man that deserves a woman that's a 10. You know what I mean? And you're thinking you're a 10. So yeah, you might be a useful idiot. You might be a useful idiot. I might be a useful idiot as well. I think it's not always so black and white. It's not always so simple. And so yeah, there's a kind of useful idiot. Oh, here we go. True or false? The Council of Nicaea gutted the gospel by removing any parts that include self-knowledge. And so there's a lot of useful idiot Christians out there. No offense to the good Christians, but like, if you're triggered by this, maybe I'm talking to you. Maybe that guilty conscience is flaring up. So anyways, drop me some hate in the comments so I can know who you are, so I can pray for you, love you, bless you. But yeah, there are some, it's like it's a spirit of religion. If you watch the previous video, it's like, you're not a religious bot, but you're like a little above that. And it means that like you live by dogma and judgment, and you judge others, but you have heart wounds and blind spots, and we all do. It's called iniquities. We all have a generational inheritance that includes heart wounds and blind spots, even if we're completely unaware of them, right? And that's why they're called blind spots. So useful idiots are people that probably are stuck at pride. They're not quite able to make it up to courage, willingness, acceptance, right? Like they are antagonistic against the world. It's like, I want the world to conform to me because I'm unwilling to conform to the world, and the world doesn't serve me, and I don't serve the world, and there's this disconnect, right? So it's just, there's this disconnect there. And so also, listen, some hatred is good. Some hatred is useful. Like if you hate being overweight and you decide in a moment of disgust to stop drinking sodas and to start eating whole fruits and vegetables, I would say that was a good, right? Like that was a step up to anger from apathy and hopelessness and grief. So like, boom, that anger that's a good sign, right? It all depends on where you're at in your journey. And so, but yeah, it's a paradigm shift out of survival mode and into logic and reason when you begin to see there are multiple valid perspectives. When you begin to see like, oh, someone tried to get me to demonize anybody who disagrees with me. Like, what? It takes different kinds of people, homie. It takes different kinds of people, homie. I may know some stuff, a little bit. I know a little bit about a little bit, okay? Like I'll never probably know how to custom make a saddle, or weave a basket, right? I can just buy a saddle. I can just buy a basket, right? And but I'm humble enough to know I don't know everything. There's so much you can learn from any person, every person, especially your children, because your children are like a magnifying glass. They will show you yourself better than you could understand yourself before you had children. Like my daughter changed my view of the world, like completely. I completely see the world differently now, having her and stewarding her growth and development. And so if you're like me and you identify as a PhD parent, like you really, you want to be a good parent. And so, you know, I've been lucky enough that I've been able to spend some time at home focusing only on family goals as a stay-at-home dad. I did that for a while and it felt really good. And so I'm sharing what I've learned from the experience of figuring out like what's going to make it gel for my family. And yeah, so that's kind of what's coming down the pipe. Am I a useful idiot? Maybe I am. But if I am a useful idiot, all it takes is a little courage to say, what if there's more to this than what I'm able to perceive? Like, you know, people that don't believe in hypnosis concern me. Because, like, if you've never seen the power of the subconscious mind and how people are influencing your subconscious mind, like if you're completely unaware of how all that operates, people are marketing to your subconscious. People are, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but things are going to get better and better for sure. And we're going to move up this scale. I'm going to show you real quickly something, and then we'll move on. We'll move on with it. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. We are creating the future. We are building a bridge. We're building a bridge. Some of the scale has been snipped out. But if you're over here at Pride 175 because you're mad, like I want you to have a little moment right now. We're going to mourn everything you thought it would be that it isn't. And we're also going to mourn everything that it is that you didn't want it to be. Both of those things, like we can't change what it is. It is what it is now. And if we can just accept that, look how far you rise. You basically doubled. And some people will move points on this scale in a single lifetime. Like some people might be able to move from pride to courage in one lifetime. Some people may jump right up the scale real quick and realize, oh, my average is higher than I thought it was. And there's just a couple of these lower, you know, pain points holding me down. But yeah, dude, when we hit acceptance and willingness and neutrality and we understand the green lights, baby, there are multiple valid perspectives and everybody can get it. Everybody can get their money. Okay. You have value. You are a value creator. You may be acting as a useful idiot, aka consumer, mindless consumer, consuming junk that makes you have symptoms of ADHD, autism, depression, these things, like we all have been experiencing. At least I know some of us, not all, but hey, we're gonna get through this together. And most likely you, if you're like me and you're one of those people that you are here for other people, you're like on a service to others kind of path, like you identify as a transitional character for your family, you're probably at peace and joy and love and hope. Okay. And what I'm here to tell you is we can build bridges to those blue emotions. Boom, joy, love, and be that for your family. Be an anchor upward. Let's settle up. Don't settle down, settle up. Let's continue to settle up, raise the bar, raise the standard. Okay. And you're doing great. But here's what I want you to know. It can become effortless. Like when you take the pressure off the little guy, like the you and the inner child in you and the inner child in them, like when you like see that side of them and you understand that, then you can become a lot more empathetic. And what empathy does is it helps us see that, well, we're all bananas, okay? We're all bananas. Each person is as unique as the conditions that created them. Okay, my fun fact is that there are 1,000 different varieties of banana. And you might think, wow, that's a lot of varieties. How in the heck? Well, the soil, the climate, humidity, things affect slight variations of bananas. And we're all bananas, folks. So if you can understand someone and who they are now, being a product of what they have experienced, like the conditions that created them, hey, boom. Compassion is where you come from. And you won't leave it. You won't leave peace, joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness, neutrality. All those things become your core identity. And when you become that, you become a transitional character. And that's where we're headed. Love you. I hope this helped. Please drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Is there something you want to hear? Something you disagree with? Let me know. Let's talk this out. Peace.